Hi guys, it's been a while, a bit of life getting in the way of hobby. All of this animation was made for another project video, but I ended up with enough footage to make a separate eye candy demo. The foot of the perpendicular and how it relates to a GPS lock to road feature. This might be intuitive, but a visualization is always nice. Starting with a point rotating about an origin, let's pretend the blue point is a stationary object like a building and the green point is a moving object like a car driving around in a circle. The red line is the focus of this video and represents the distance between the 2 points, and for this example that distance never changes. To display the distance between the car and the building in a GPS program, we simply measure the distance and display it. The green circle I've drawn here is just for some visual reference. We could pretend that's the trail that the car leaves behind it. For a GPS program to display the closest point on a map to you, it would have to measure the distance between you and every point on the map and display the point with the shortest distance. Let's expand our point that was a building to a two-dimensional line, so now we can call it a road. Anytime our car is beside the road, the shortest distance between the two is where a line between the two would meet the road at a right angle. In this case, the point on the road where the connecting line meets the road is called the foot of the perpendicular. Whenever our car is not beside the road, the closest point on the road to the car is one of the road's two endpoints. Not many roads on a GPS map consist of one straight line. We usually have what's called a polyline, which is made up of multiple line segments. So let's expand our road to have 3 line segments. To find the closest point on this polyline to our car, we now have to do a calculation for all 3 line segments. We can just ignore the 2 furthest lines and take the closest foot of the perpendicular at the time, which you can see is changing between the 3 line segments in this video. It's only the yellow segment that is currently the closest foot of the perpendicular. At any given moment, the yellow line is now showing the shortest distance to any point on the multi-segment road to our car. This video segment is almost the same as the last, except I've discounted the furthest 2 distances. So the red line in this video shows the yellow line in the last video. So now we can begin to deal with the polyline as a single road. Notice how the distance line never reaches into inside corners because it would never be economical. We don't have to have our car travelling in a circle. Notice what happens if you drive on a road that is non-existent on a map beside a road that is existent. I guess that's why it's important to have your GPS map data up to date. And if you use a GPS regularly, this is probably what's happened to you a few times. You can be shifted entirely onto a different road. The whole idea of the lock to road feature is to take up the slack between the error of the GPS positioning and the map data. In a perfect world, we'd just be drawn on the road we are actually on. This segment's just a little demo I found interesting, noting that the closest distance is never on any of the inside edges of the road. That's only so long as our path is this fixed circle, of course. If you made the circle smaller, things would be different. And one last demo to finish up, just a slightly different shape and some slightly different angles of the line segments. An upcoming video will demonstrate how this relates to my GPS project, but I need to take a little trip to demonstrate it, otherwise it'll show where I live and I don't really want to show the world that. Anyway, like the video if you enjoyed it and see you next time. Bye.